So his exercise regime is all about upper body strength and making sure his legs aren't little spindly things so he can hold the big weights when he lifts them up. My exercise regime is all about how can I run fast, breathe efficiently, and get aerobic quicker than somebody else. So my exercise regime is different. Using our digital gym product, we can create a customized exercise regime to every individual person, which gives us mass customization. And of course, you don't necessarily have to be a member to use it. But after a while, if you're not a member and you're doing things, you go, well, actually, maybe I could go and join. So we get a motivational effect with it as well. And then, of course, we have all the branded products too. Fundamentally, that is the business model of the gyms chain. Stop the churn. Now, for us, we've come up with this digital lexicon, the things that really matter to us. The first of these is the device. So with one of these, you get a SIM card. The SIM card allows us to track your movement, not in a spooky way, of course. We can communicate with you. We can send you emails. We can send you texts. We might even speak to you occasionally, although that's quite Victorian. Voice is Victorian. So the device is fundamental, but the SIM card is utterly fundamental, because anything else, like an application, which is a very, very crowded house these days in the fitness sector, in some way needs to communicate with its app back end in order to do something. So you need the SIM card. Thirdly, of course, the wearable space demands that in some way the wearable communicates with the device and the device communicates with the cloud. Generally, the wearable does not communicate with the cloud, so you need the device as well. The wearable space is highly fashion conscious. Many of you will be wearing devices now. The thing is, our customer base are not consistently buying all Apple, all Microsoft, all Fitbit, all somebody else. They're just buying it eclectically, depending on, I'm a runner, I use Garmin. Well, I'm a fashion conscious person and I buy Apple. Well, I have sleep apnea, so I buy Microsoft Band, and so on. So we can't guarantee what people will buy. We can pretty much guarantee on the device, because there are really only three. It's iOS, it's Android, or it's Microsoft Windows. And Microsoft is quite limited, so really it's only two. So that one's a bit easy. We can make products for that. We can make applications for that. And we're now rolling out a suite of applications to the market that can be used both internally by staff to track the members as they come in. So Myron's just walked in. He's been a member for a year. He joined last Christmas due to guilt. All of a sudden, he's coming up to membership renewal point. As he comes in, the interaction system goes, Myron's just entered the gym. His phone's triggered the iBeacon. The iBeacon triggers the interaction system. And all of the personal trainers with their personal devices, their phones, stuffed in their Lycra somewhere, and where they stuff it is up to them, all start buzzing, going, look out for Myron. His picture's popped up. There he is. Spot him, be nice to him, hunt him down like an animal and get him to rejoin. We're using technology to make sure we can identify the high-risk customer. Not high risk in a bad way, but the high risk one that we can keep hold of. Because if we keep them for a year, we've got them for a year again, and we like that. Customers can walk otherwise. The fourth bit of the lexicon for us is their payments. At the moment, payments are all about a direct debit paid monthly for a year. If you're very, very naughty and your bank hasn't got any money in it, we've also got your credit card, and we take it off your credit card instead. But bear in mind, if you've made the commitment to us, we'll make the commitment to you that you are going to pay. I think there's going to be a revolution in payments and payment mechanisms, and I think there will also be a revolution in the way we seek to get payments from our members. That's our old architecture. There used to be loads of stuff, and we managed to transform that quite effectively. The new landscape is based on packages, apps, and digital components. And you can see that there's quite a heavy Microsoft component within it. We had a load of Microsoft to start with. We were quite friendly with Microsoft, so we expanded that. And this is taking that same model again you saw earlier, just mapping on how I think the digital model starts to apply in the gym's economy. Note a couple of people over here we've talked about. Digital gym, that's already there. We've delivered that already. Other people will deliver it as competitors. The algorithms, well, we've got some already for our bioscore mechanisms, but there will be more coming. That will start to be fundamental and will transform the gym's industry. I think pay on demand, however, becomes the really interesting one. So you'll become members for a year, thanks very much. We guarantee our revenue stream. Lovely, we love that sort of customer. Imagine the disruptive nature of somebody putting Oyster card readers on the gym, just like on the tube, and walking in going, I'm not going to be a member for a year, I'm just going to join to do what I want and go again. So you walk in with a payment mechanism like Apple Pay or a contactless card and just touch in, and when you leave, touch out. On that basis, I'll know when you've left as well as you come. You pay for what you consume, and actually if you're a gyms guy, you'll consume lots. And if you're a guilty person after Christmas, you'll consume hardly anything. So the question there is, will we still make money? It's a scary prospect, but as soon as somebody starts doing that, they will disrupt the market. And people will have to move to it. And people will say, it will never happen. A lot of my colleagues at the gym side say, never going to happen. The market will stay this way. Who would be stupid enough to give away a revenue stream that's guaranteed? Well, remember the mobile phone industry. It used to be you paid on a 3-year contract, and then somebody came up with pay-as-you-go. And now it's all pay-as-you-go. Remember the tube? You used to have to upload money onto your contactless Oyster card. It's now contactless cards. You don't need Oyster anymore. Oyster's dead. Give it 2 years, you don't need it anymore. It's finished. So that's how quickly we can move. There's a lot of stuff on the left-hand side that we've done. It's really about the foundations. We've made sure that we had the foundations in place first, and we're then building the disruptive bit on the top and the side. New digital products like Join Online, Service Online, and Corporate Online for corporate members. So lots of things coming up in the market. I had a go as well at coming up with a list of things you could use to make money in the digital space. You know, a lot of these are about, can you develop a killer app or a killer algorithm and then sell it? Don't worry about using it. That's a complete and utter waste. Quickly, while you're in the market, get it out and sell it to someone else and make an absolute mint. That's the quick way of doing it. And I think especially around data and data analytics, the amount of data we now capture as a business about people, there's a value in that, and that's yet to be exploited in more detail. And then finally, just some top tips on digital. First of all, work out how you're going to make a return. Don't waste money on doing stuff until you're sure how you're going to make a return. There's a lot of people today just rush into, let's go and do things because it's digital. And those of you of a certain age may remember .com. We must do it because it's .com. Exactly the same. Work on the digital foundations first. If you can't underpin what you're going to do at the modern level with the underlying systems, even if it's SaaS and PaaS and modern private cloud environments, you won't be able to operate properly. Do the maths first. A lot of people go, if you're not talking cloud, you're not in the right industry. We found actually when we did the calculations, say a private cloud, a hosted data center for long-term investment for core systems, lower cost. The math doesn't stack up for cloud. Build for mobile first. If you're not building mobile first systems today, you're building stuff that is now obsolete. Work out your algorithms. You don't need many, but you need some of them. Keep it damn simple. Whatever you do, keep it simple. Work on the minimum viable product. Get that in first, better than like-for-like alternative, make money from that, add to it after the event. And then finally, all about speed. Speed, speed, speed. Remember, the stuff we did 20 months ago is now not relevant. It's now a question of change it again, and that'll be faster and faster each time we iterate through the cycle. The gyms industry, very difficult, very complex. No, it isn't. It's a really simple business. And I really feel for some of you who are working in far more complicated industries and operations than we operate in.
Thanks, Ned. Thank you.